So I hope everyone's got all their pre-orders in and stuff. All that and more coming up here on the Morning Jolts. What's up, guys? Mark back here with yet another video. Today, I'm talking about your pre-orders. I'm talking about cameras. I'm talking about all that brand new shiny stuff that's coming onto the market. So everyone is pretty hyped up and excited about all the new cameras and stuff that are coming out to market. Canon had their announcement, Nikon had their announcement, Fujifilm has had theirs. Now there's rumors of Panasonic developing a new full-frame sensor. There is a lot of exciting things going on in the camera space right now. There are more choices than ever to get pretty much exactly what you want or whatever you've been dreaming of as far as the camera is concerned. So I am proposing a question today. Should you cancel that pre-order? Should you cancel all that gear acquisition syndrome? I'm here to be your pill. I'm here to be your rectum pill. I'm here to be your suppository. All that new gear is amazing, and as awesome as it is, you have to ask yourself, have you genuinely hit a brick wall in your craft yet? You were able to get everything done up until this point. Why all of a sudden now do we feel that it is now? Just because shit was announced, why do we feel like we have to buy it? Now, obviously, I have to buy it. I'm a camera review channel. I'm a photographic channel that requires me to talk about all the newest stuff so that I can continue the hype cycle and get everyone to click those affiliate links down below. I mean, that's my job. I mean, how else am I going to make a living? How else am I going to put food into my face if I don't keep you all excited and making you all feel like complete and total dog shit because you all don't have the latest and greatest gear? Now, I mean, we have to tell the truth, right? We have to be honest about all of the things, including myself. I'm not allowed off the hook just because I want to make money, right? You don't get off the hook if you decide you want to skip work, you want to sleep in that day, you don't get paid. But at the exact same time, you and I both, we have to realize that sometimes what we want is not what we need. Now, look, if you've got extra cash to burn, I am not going to talk you out of purchasing a camera, especially for my site. Like, you know, those affiliate links, I love it when you all click those. I don't want you all to not do it, but at the same time, before you do it, I want you to ask yourself, are you about to go into debt? Are you about to get on that debt train? Forget the hype train. When your wife sees that credit card bill come in, oh my word. You'll have new gear, but you probably ain't gonna get no punani. Hey, and to some of you, that's all right. Y'all been together long enough, you've been married long enough. It's just like, camera makes me feel better. But, you know, there's plenty of us out there, like myself, that do this every single day. We talk about cameras, we talk about sensor tech, we talk about megapixels all day. And really what we have to be doing is we should be encouraging you all with some level of responsibility. While your bank account is not my responsibility, I do feel like it's a bit my responsibility to force you to ask those important questions. Have you hit a brick wall with your photography? Does the current camera in your camera bag, has it been able to do everything that you have asked it to do thus far? If the answer is yes, then cancel that pre-order right here, right now. You don't need it. If you have been able to walk into every single situation that you have ever found yourself in, and that camera has performed not only admirably, but completely, then do not, I repeat, do not go into debt. Do not waste your money on something that's just brand new and shiny. Instead, buy a new lens. Cancel the pre-order for the camera and buy some new glass. Buy a new focal length that you have never tried before. Buy a new zoom that will enable you to do more with one lens as opposed to a bag full of primes. Do something different with the glass as opposed to the camera itself. Unlike computers and unlike phones, cameras do tend to stay relevant longer. The lenses definitely stay relevant the longest. Unless they come out with a version 2 with a faster motor or better optics or new and improved coatings, whatever the case, whatever the buzzword of the day might be, you're probably going to be just fine. Cameras do last a bit longer than all of those things. You can get by with taking your photographs with a particular camera for much, much longer. The real question you have to ask yourself every single time something new comes out is this absolutely necessary to my workflow? Am I actually going to get something done that I was unable to do before because my old camera didn't do it? And realistically, the answer is probably going to be no. That's what those camera companies, they depend on us. They depend on us to make you feel as though you aren't good enough unless you have it. And, you know, that's consumerism in general, not necessarily capitalism. I'm a huge fan of capitalism. That is what brings new and better products to market in the first place. Consumerism is something that you should be concerned about, because if you're just trying to keep up with the Joneses, if you're just trying to mirror what your favorite YouTube personality has, or if you just want to make sure that you're not getting made fun of at your local disco hall. Why are you shooting pictures at a disco hall? But I mean, it's those kinds of things that keep you digging into your wallet, racking up those credit card bills. But don't listen to us. Like, we have to talk this way. We have to hype all this crap up all the time, because that's how we make a living, right? If you don't click, we don't get paid. But in the quiet times, when these cameras are shut off, when we turn our video cameras off and it's always just us by ourselves, we look at our gear all the time and we're like, God, man, I really appreciate you. You have done everything I've asked of you. There's absolutely nothing that you could have done better, blah, blah, blah. You have just done fantastic. And we do. We look at cameras all the time, maybe because we've been shooting for a long time, so we're much more comfortable getting stuff done, you know, a lot easier because we know the ins and outs. But for newer photographers that are just coming in, they have gear acquisition syndrome, something terrible. They constantly think that if they just get that new upgrade, if they get that new piece of shiny photographic gear, that all of a sudden their photographs are just going to become, you know, 1,000,000 times better. It's got 16 extra megapixels, so now my picture is going to be 16 times extra better. They won't. I don't care how new your camera is, if your skills have not improved, if your lighting and composition has not improved. So yeah, you may end up having 16 extra megapixels, but it's going to just be 16 MP bigger, shittier pictures. Yo, shitty pictures are just going to be in high def. You're going to have a whole lot more resolution to show everyone that turd you took. True story. I mean, I'll even be honest with you. I've even considered canceling my Fujifilm X-T3 pre-order. I mean, because I don't need it. I have not hit a brick wall with the X-T2 yet. Everything that I've asked my X-T2 to do thus far, it has done flawlessly. It has done it admirably. Except no flip screen for this kind of work. So I ended up having to buy the correct tool for my specific job. I keep telling you all that I am still waiting on my perfect camera. I don't know if it's ever going to show up, but I am very hopeful. Being a Fuji shooter, seeing all the video features that are actually coming in the X-T3, it has me hopeful for the Fujifilm X-H2, whenever that's going to come out. If they happen to integrate the flippy tilty screen from the X-T100, really dial up that whole sensor just like they've got now in the X-T3. If they dial up that sensor, if they dial up that processor, give me the flippy screen. Finally, I think that is, as much as I do not like the styling of the XH series as I do the X-T3 series, I think that I would probably buy that, because that's what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for an all-in-one. I want the same great photographs with the same great styling as the X-T2/3, but with, you know, those video vlogger YouTuber style features that I'm looking for. You know what? There's a really good chance that it may never show up, but I don't have to buy every effing camera along the way just because they improve a few extra things. Most people are never going to use all the features of their camera anyway. I bet you there are 100 amazing features on your camera right now that you didn't even know was there, because it doesn't apply to your workflow. You can read all that stuff on the spec sheet, but ultimately it doesn't matter because you're not going to use it anyway. And as long as you keep these kinds of things in mind, as long as you're always willing to be honest with yourself about what you really need versus what you just want, then you're always going to make the best decisions. I think that probably 90% of every single person that's ever going to watch this video right here, right now, doesn't need that new camera that just got announced, or that new thing, dango, blango, whatever. You don't need it, and you know you don't need it. You just want it. And if you want it and you've got the extra cash to burn, I say go for it. You know, just keep paying bills forever and ever and ever. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. And if you do decide to, don't forget I've got links down below. Hashtag gotta make that money, bro. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys are on the same page as I am. I mean, you know, don't buy what you don't need unless you got that extra cash to burn, and, you know, then whatever. But, you know, take a really good self-evaluation. Take a good close look at yourself, your photography, your workflow, and ask yourself, have you hit a brick wall? And if the answer is no, don't buy it. You don't need the newest, latest prettiest, shiniest stuff. As a matter of fact, I may even make a video about how I honestly think that buying used or secondhand or last generation is the better option. At any rate, guys, that's all I got for you all today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you loved it, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, keep it real, tell the truth, and I will see you guys again on the next one. Peace.